Cześć, witam wszystkich bardzo, bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku Vampyre Story. W ostatnim odcinku udało nam się pokonać plamkę i ogólnie uciec z zamku. Mieliśmy okazję porozmawiać z cyganką, która próbuje nam pomóc dostać się na statek, który rzekomo płynie do Paryża. I aby tego dokonać, musimy zorganizować konia, wóz, trumnę, jak dobrze pamiętam, i ziemię z grobu Mony, by mogła w niej spać. W przeciwnym razie wyciągnie piękne francuskie kopytka. Musimy również, kierując się właśnie wskazówkami od cyganki, znaleźć sobie jakiegoś głupiego osiłka, który będzie nad nami czuwał, gdy my będziemy spać. Dobrze, a więc ruszamy na poszukiwania pierwszych przedmiotów. Fajnie, raz w życiu mogę wczuć się i przekonać się, jak to jest być wampirzycą. Co my tu mamy? Butelka atramentu. Wow, nie to, nie to! Chciałam sobie zabrać tę butelkę, albo może popatrzmy. Przyda nam się?
It's a bottle of ink. It's a very dark color.
Atrament z reguły jest ciemny, Mona. Tak jak i ty.
I have a feeling this might come in handy. Madame Strigoi, may I have this bottle of ink over here?
Yes, child. Knock yourself out.
Super, dzięki. Przyda nam się. Będziemy pisać listy. Do martwego Szprytka. Gumowy kurczak.
It appears to be a rubber chicken with a pulley.
It's actually real.
It's a real rubber chicken?
No, it's a real chicken.
A real chicken? Made of rubber?
No, it's a real chicken. No rubber.
What is it for?
To eat.
You eat rubber chickens?
No, it's... Ah, child, speak no more to me for at least 10 seconds. Can you do that for me?
Super, wkurzyliśmy cygankę. Złota ikona. Wow, jest tutaj tego trochę. Dniowa głowa?
It's a rather amazing symbol. Just looking at it makes me think of humor, creativity, and a passion for adventure.
Games?
Fodrick, we don't have time to play games right now. Maybe once we are on the ship.
Jeżeli się tam dostaniemy. Jest jakieś kadzidełko. I klepsydra. No dobra, popatrzmy na te kadzidełko.
It's an incense burner. From the smell of the wagon, Madame Stragoi's been using it a lot.
Trust me when I tell you it's better than the alternative. I had Constable Otto in here earlier, and the cabbage he had for dinner was playing havoc with the system.
Ładnie, próbował zaczadzić cyganka. Możemy sobie zabrać?
No, I better not. Smoking is bad for your health.
Serio, Mona, serio? No dobrze, klepsydra.
It's a beautiful hourglass.
A mogę ją zabrać?
I better not. I might feel compelled to leave the wagon before the sand runs out.
Really? Why is that?
Because, Pat, everybody knows that's when you die. A witch friend of mine once tried to use that trick on a shoe thief she caught in her castle, but the thief's gang busted her out and stole my friend's magic broom. Oh, she was so steamed up by that.
No na pewno. Kto by nie był. Co my tu mamy? Dobra, to jest ta złota ikona. Księżyc. Co to jest? Nie wiem, co to jest. Co? Łapka małpy? O mój Boże. To ma być małpka? Chyba goryl.
It's a monkey's paw. For some cultures, it's a talisman of good luck.
Unless, of course, you happen to be a monkey.
Wow. Możemy zabrać?
Aren't those things supposed to give you 3 wishes?
Yes, but even though there's an entire hand there, according to legend, if you make a wish, the paw usually gives you the finger.
Madame
Pewnie
Strigoi,
środkowy.
may we have your paw up there?
No, I need it. It's a charm that protects me and my wagon.
From who?
Extremely hairy men. I really, really hate back hair.
Apparently.
Wow, serio? Serio? A kule? Możemy sobie popatrzeć?
It's a large ball made of crystal.
Otherwise known as a crystal ball. Witches use them to see other places and times. Isn't that right, Madame Strigoi? Have you seen anything good lately?
Not really. During the summer, I mostly get reruns.
Tak, jak w telewizji. A mogę do niej mówić?
May I try speaking through your crystal ball?
No, it is very tricky and gets spooked easily by strangers peering into it.
I would imagine that it takes a long time to learn how to use a crystal ball.
It depends. You can wait to have the knowledge passed down from your ancestors, or you can come to one of my Crystal Balls Made Easy seminars. I host them in Vlad's Landing the last Thursday of every month. With my 5-step program, you'll be talking to dead ancestors and seeing the future in just 3 days. If you're interested, you better act now because space is limited.
Już nas tu nie będzie. Sorry.
My dear, I would prefer it if you didn't play with my balls.
Szkoda, chciałam sobie powróżyć. Maska?
It's a primitive cultural mask. And when I say primitive, I mean just as valid as any other culture on God's green earth.
Dobra, mogę je sobie zabrać?
I have no need to conceal myself. Besides, anyone wearing a mask nowadays is obviously a robber.
Super. Czarodziejski symbol? I dziwny symbol.
It's a rather strange symbol. It looks like the letter C.
Sweetness.
Dobra, wychodzimy stąd. Chyba nic więcej stąd nie możemy zabrać. Fajnie wygląda ten obóz cygański. O. Popatrzymy przez okienko?
It's an open window.
Wow. Super. Jakieś rupiecie.
That appears to be some of Madame Stragoy's personal effects.
Looks like junk to me.
You see junk, but I see potential bat beaters.
I think she's starting to like me.
Oh yeah, I sense it.
Tak, na pewno cię lubi. Co to jest? Okno z pentagramem. Fajna gwiazdka.
It looks like a pentagram. It's a sign of evil magic, sorcery, demonology, and heavy metal.
Co to było? Frodrik, odbiło ci? To miał być heavy metal? Co to jest? Głowa gargulca.
It's an ugly-looking gargoyle carving.
Nie
Ugly. This coming from Miss Emaciated 1895? Hey, go eat a sandwich and wash it down with a big glass of shut the hell up!
Jaki
Why am I not
podalec.
surprised he can speak a language?
Jaki podły.
I'm surprised you're smart enough to speak your own language.
Przywal mu! Frodrik, przywal mu! Mona się wkurzyła. Pogadamy z nim?
Hello up there!
Beat it, would you? You are really annoying.
Brother, she hasn't even begun to get annoying.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Quiet, both of you! Before I chop you into kindling and feed you to Inky.
Go.
Przestraszyli się? Przestraszyli się. Dobrze, co my tu mamy? Zamek wargów. Oj, nie. Ciekawe, co powie Mona. Tęskni?
It's my former prison, Castle Varg.
Wow, dużo nam nie powiedziała. O, kociołek. Ciekawe, co cyganka
It's a
pichci.
very hot pot of, I assume stew of some kind?
Zielony
Like my
gulasz?
mama always said, as long as you add enough spices, you can't taste the horse meat.
Ups.
Mmm.
Frodrikowi to by chyba wszystko smakowało. Dobra, spróbujemy?
Hello, Mr. Kettle. I am going to call you Carrie Kettle, the loneliest kettle of all, who yearns to be a real-live washtub until one enchanted night the utensil fairy floats down from the blue comet and gives him 3 wishes and...
Oh God, would you just shut up?
Sam się zsiatapuj.
My, you do get a bit grumpy, don't you? Hi there, Carrie Kettle. Grumpy gargoyle.
Dokładnie. Co za zgredzik?
Too hot. Okay, it wouldn't hurt me, but really, what am I gonna do with that? So I'll just leave it alone.
No dobrze. O, łyżka do zupy. Mogę zabrać?
Not hungry.
Szkoda. No dobrze, no to idziemy zobaczyć na dół do tego potta całego. dalej stoi przy naszej trumnie. Ha, ale ja mam na niego metodę. Zastosujemy ugryzienie wampira? Mona i tak jest głodna. Sprawdzamy? Sprawdzamy. Pierwsza ofiara Mony. Jaka siłaczka. Jaki mięciutki się zrobił. Wow. Nie żyje? Żyje pan czy nie? A, jest nieprzytomny.
It's a sleeping constable.
Your first victim.
Tak.
Victim? I didn't attack him. I just borrowed some thing from him that made him sleep deeply for a while.
Wow. Mona, serio? Żyjesz?
Otto, are you okay?
Oh.
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Dojdzie do siebie. Okej, zabieramy naszą trumnę.
Yes, well, now that the constable is, resting quietly, I'll take my coffin back to Madame Strigoi camp.
Okej. Zostawiła tą trumnę tutaj. Dobra. Zejdziemy sobie... Jestem ciekawa, bo nie pamiętam, co jest tam na lewo. Co jest tutaj na lewo? Sprawdźmy. Cmentarz! Zobaczcie, jak to fajnie wygląda.
It's a sign for the graveyard, and apparently picnic grounds, too.
Okej. Dziwne tłumaczenie. Możemy przejść?
I can't move up the path for some reason.
What do you mean?
The crosses on the gravestone, they hurt. I can't seem to approach them.
Oh, boy. I was afraid of this. You're not going to be able to walk through the graveyard with all those crosses everywhere.
Tak, wampir, krzyże. Jeszcze tylko czosnku brakuje. Nie karmić? Guli.
It says, don't feed the ghouls. Don't worry, I won't.
Tak, nie zamierzamy karmić. Co mamy tutaj? Stół piknikowy. A no tak. Właśnie chyba Otto wspominał, że na cmentarzu zrobili miejsce do piknikowania.
It's a picnic table. What are all those things sitting on the table? Are those teeth from one of the dead bodies?
No, that's just a few leftover pieces of corn.
Aha.
Oh, yes, I see. And that must be a piece of hot dog.
No, I'm pretty sure that's actually a finger.
O Boże!
Oh, gross.
Palec! Nie! Obrzydlistwo. A ten znak? Co nam powie ciekawego?
The sign says, for whom does the bell toll? It tolls for me. Ring bell for service. Sincerely, Proprietor Dan Smith. Well, at least it appears that Mr. Smith has a sense of humor.
Ja. I mamy dzwoneczek.
It's a bell. The sign says we should ring it for service.
You should ring that bell. Ring that bell.
Rodrik, jesteś the best. Okej, zadzwonimy.
Let me give this bell a ring and see if anybody's home. No luck. He must not be here.
That might be a good thing. I imagine it would be awkward to explain why we're out here in the middle of the night trying to retrieve a box of your grave dirt.
No co? Wcale nie dziwne. O, huśtawka.
It's a swing set. Kids like to play on them.
Spróbujemy?
Can we? Can we please?
Sorry, Frederick, but we just don't have the time.
I never get to do anything.
O, nie smuć się. Biuro cmentarza.
It's the caretaker's office for the graveyard.
You were gonna find your grave. That's where we need to go. The caretaker has to have a map of the graveyard available.
Aha. Dobra, jest tu coś jeszcze ciekawego? Dobrze, a na krzyże?
It's the crosses in the graveyard. I can't approach them. They hurt me.
No, biedna Mona. A możemy porozmawiać? Może ktoś wstanie z martwych?
Cross? Why do you burn me when I get close to you?
It's just like at the castle, when Shroudy was holding the boat oars up. Since we don't have an animated golem anymore, we're gonna have to find a different way to deal with him.
Oj, problemy, problemy. O, siatka do siatkówki.
It's a volleyball net.
Wow, jacy zwariowani ludzie tu mieszkają.
If Shroudy were here, maybe we could settle our differences with the game.
Do you think you could take him?
I would totally own his butt.
Frodrik, na pewno.
No. Boring conversationalist, that.
Dobra, a jakbym na przykład zamieniła się w nietoperza i poleciała tam na górę?
I think I could fly up there, but I wouldn't be able to land due to all the crosses repelling me.
Oj, kurczę. Czy jeszcze coś możemy tu zrobić? Chyba nie. Dobra, idziemy stąd. I pójdziemy... O, Otto jeszcze się nie ocknął. A mogę zabrać pączki i kawę? Chyba znowu nie.
I don't want those. They look all eaten up anyway.
Even the bear claw! Dang!
Dobra, idziemy na prawo. Na razie mamy tylko trumnę. Nie możemy teraz zabrać ziemi z grobu. O, co jest na prawo? Bo już nie pamiętam. Wow, jak to ładnie! Jakieś miasteczko. O, ślicznie. Czy to jest zamek Warg? Tak!
It's the damnable Castle Varg, the site of my former prison. Before I die, I vow to see it utterly destroyed. I'll take it apart brick by brick if necessary.
Mona? You know, you're already technically dead. So you kinda missed your deadline.
No tak, w sumie racja. Wieża zegarowa. O, mamy i studnię. Jest ktoś tam w tej studni? Ten chód Mony.
It appears to be a well.
Aha, ale jest coś tam w środku? Mogłabyś popatrzeć?
Hey, anybody down there?
If there were, they've probably lost the ability to respond.
Skąd wiesz? Może tam nie ma wody.
I don't drink water.
Z jakim obrzydzeniem. No tak, dopiero co wypiła krew. Beczka na deszczówce. Na deszczówkę, Boże, na deszczówce. Co ja bredzę.
It's a barrel.
I wonder what it's full of.
Rainwater. Why? What do you think it's full of?
If I had to guess, I'd say rainwater. But it's what's under the rainwater that interests me most. Maybe inside that barrel is the decaying body of Mr. Martinelli's business partner. After a heated argument one night, Mr. Martinelli killed his business partner, chopped his body into tiny little pieces, and sealed it inside the barrel. Afraid that dragging the barrel away might arouse suspicion, Mr. Martinelli decided to hide it in plain sight. But now, every time he walks past it, he thinks he hears the muffled screams of his business partner saying, "Why? Why? Why?"
Oh, Frodrik. What did I tell you before? Reading too many books is going to rot your brain.
Jak będziesz, słyszeliście, jak będziecie czytać dużo książek, to mózg wam się zlasuje. O Boże. Ja kocham tą grę, naprawdę, uwielbiam ją.
Hello? Is anybody in there?
Why? Why? Why?
Frodrik, nie strasz nas.
I'm cold and clammy enough as it is. No need to make my hand even colder.
Dobra, co my tu mamy? Szyld sklepowy, a tu jest sklep!
It's the sign for the shop. Draxylvania's House of Spatulas. All your spatula needs under one roof.
Serio? Sklep z łopatkami? Nie, no rewelka. A mogę sobie go zabrać?
Do you believe me to be? Some common vandal? Ain't no such thing.
O jajku, no wybacz, no. O, adres.
24700 McBean Parkway. This is where the woman who was selling the draft horses lives.
A, okej, sprzedaję konie. Fajnie, fajnie. Potrzebujemy konia. Spróbujemy?
It appears to be the locked door to this house.
Dobrze, zapukamy.
Oof.
Co się dzieje?
Ugh, it's garlic. Ugh, it smells so bad. I can't get close to it. There's no way I'll be able to approach the door while it's still hanging there.
No nie! Najpierw krzyż, a teraz czosnek. Rzeczywiście jest tu czosnek. Frodrik, a mógłbyś go ściągnąć?
Hello, front door. Could you go get Mrs. Martinelli for me?
I got an idea. Why not knock instead of waiting around for the door to evolve a brain and some legs?
No, ciekawe jak mam to zrobić, jeżeli tutaj jest czosnek. Wybite okno?
It's a window that's been broken from the inside. Based on the spiderweb effect created as the window was breached, the object in question was metallic, approximately 4 inches long, with a total weight not exceeding 27.5 grams. I would estimate the object in question
Serio?
flew no more than 23 meters. That's adjusting for a moderate wind, of course.
Wow, Mona. You're either a great detective or had a distinguished career as a cat burglar before you moved on to opera.
Tak, Mona była włamywaczką. Na bank. Zanim rozpoczęła karierę operową. Dobra, a czy ja mogę ściągnąć jakoś ten czosnek?
Ugh, I can't get near it.
No dobra. Co jeszcze możemy zrobić? O, jest jakieś koło.
It's a wheel. I wonder what it's for.
Jak to do czego? Może też wozy sprzedaje. Możemy zabrać?
I'm not sure I need a wheel.
No w sumie tak. W sumie racja. Wieża zegarowa.
It says it's for a clock.
Huh? It's 2 o'clock?
And 32 seconds precisely.
Okej, Mona nie zna się na zegarku. Wow. Mona. Gdzie ty się wychowywałaś? W buszu. Okej, idziemy na prawo. Fajne są te dźwięki w grze. Tych szczekających psów. Chybotliwy płot. A to chyba jakaś stajnia.
You know what they say. Good fences make good neighbors.
Glad we don't live next to her then. That thing's barely standing. She must be a very bad neighbor.
Zobaczcie, jaki bałwan fajny z dzidą zaatakował drugiego bałwana. Nie, no nie mo. Super. I ten efekt tego spadającego śniegu. Jak fajnie. Dobra, a możemy się jakoś przycisnąć
I
przez
don't
ten
think
płot?
we should touch it. It would probably fall apart.
Dobra, popatrzymy sobie na bałwanka.
It's some sort of frozen statue depicting a humanoid figure.
It's actually called a snowman.
Oh, really? And how do you know he's a man?
Because he's got snow, but I'm not gonna say it. Probably kids around.
O Boże. To się wytnie. To będzie na cenzurowanym. Mogę sobie zabrać pana bałwana?
I don't want to carry it around. It's so cold and wet.
Like my nose. Feel it.
Ugh, no. But I will keep the snowball in mind just in case.
O, mamy Śnieżkę. Zabrała mu głowę. A, dalej ma tą głowę. Coś jest nie tak. Dobrze. Tu jest kolejna beczka.
It's a barrel full of
Monkeys?
water. It's a barrel full of water.
Monkey water?
It'll be full of annoying bat water in a minute.
Frodrik, skąd mu się wzięły te małpy?
What are you doing?
Sorry, I was just trying to speak Rain Barrel.
Okej, Frodrik.
How's that thing around everywhere? I think not.
I think not. No dobrze.
It's a walkway used by small yet extremely determined spiders.
Pająki, nie! Nie cierpię pająków.
The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and... What's the matter?
That's a very scary song.
Bo słońce.
Sorry, but it wasn't written with vampires in mind. How about out came the moon?
Much better, thank you.
Okej. Wypsniemy się porynnie?
It's stuck to the side of the house.
Aha, tyle by było. O, stryszek na siano.
It's a hayloft.
Yuck! It's an entire room filled with scarecrow in it.
Jest tam ktoś?
Hey! Anybody up there? Hey! Hey!
O, wieżyczka.
Oh, Frederick, there might be bats up there. Do you have any relatives living up there?
Not that I know of. But there could be some poor suckers up there hiding from the Belfry boys. As you know, they can be pretty good at collecting their debts.
To już wiemy. Właśnie, a czy mogłabym się zamienić w nietoperka i tam dolecieć?
Hay is for horses, not vampire bats.
Ale ja nie chcę, żebyś wpierdzielała siano, tylko żebyś tam doleciała. Dobra, nie, to nie. Co jest tu na prawo? Jest coś ciekawego? Tu jest jakieś miasto. Ale zaraz, bo ja chciałam jeszcze wejść do tej stajni. Pospieszyłam się. Wchodzimy.
It's the entrance to the stable.
Dobra, to właśnie. No, włazimy.
Let's see what's in here, shall we?
Tak. Ale ma Mona krzepę. Konik! Mamy konika. Jaki fajny kalendarz. Konik. Zobaczymy sobie ten kalendarz.
Well, would you look at that? It's the 1890 Girls of Draxylvania Slap-on Tools calendar. Look, this one is showing both of her calves.
You men and your obsession with tools.
O Boże. Aj, ta gra.
Come now. What possible need could I have for a calendar that's 5 years old?
I don't know. Maybe you just want to look at the pictures. Over and over and over.
Fredrik, ty zboczeńco. Fredrik. Nie poznaję cię.
NCC 1701? That doesn't make any sense.
It would if you were socially awkward, lived in your mother's basement, and wore fake pointy ears.
AME forever. Sounds like somebody's a little full of themselves.
O, podkówka, na szczęście.
It's a horseshoe. I bet that's somebody's lucky charm.
Lucky charm, huh? I prefer green clovers, pink hearts, or blue diamonds.
Zabierzemy?
We don't need that. The horse is already wearing shoes.
Fajnie. Torba na owies.
Looks like a feed bag for the horse. I hope it comes with the horse.
Ja też mam taką nadzieję.
I don't want to pick that up.
Kurczę, Mona, ty nic nie chcesz. Są jakieś worki z ziarnem.
It's 2 sacks of barley and oats.
Wow, they must really consume a lot of oatmeal and beer.
Owsianka na piwie. Tak. Składnik owsianki, składnik piwa. Jaki fajny konik. Pogadasz z nami?
It's a horse.
Of course.
So, Mr. Horse, do you know how I can get that boot thingy off of you?
I speak a little horse. Let me have a shot. Yo!
Well, what did he say?
He said to tell you, if he knew how to get this damn thing off, he would have done it already. Duh. He suggests we go to the lady next door and ask her about buying him.
Oh, is that all?
No, he also said his real name is El Cavallo Senza Valore. No matter what that horrid woman renamed him. And he would really appreciate it if we would use that name if we buy him.
No tak.
It's a deal if we get him.
Ciekawe. Mona, jesteś w stanie powtórzyć jego imię, bo ja nie.
Even if I were desperate enough to steal this horse, he seems to be hobbled by that boot thingy on his leg.
Oh man, that is so lame.
Kurczę, a możemy to jakoś ściągnąć?
Oh, the poor creature. It looks like he's broken his leg.
I'd say it's more likely he's broken the law.
What do you mean?
That's a Draxylvanian boot on his hoof. Either his owner is using it as an anti-theft device, or the Draxylvanian Police Department put it on because he has too many unpaid parking tickets.
Blokada na konia. Jaki biedny.
What did he say?
Something along the lines of, get this thing off my hoof right now.
Już, no ale jak mamy to zrobić?
I'm strong, but there is no way I can get it off his leg without hurting the poor thing.
Yeah, we need a horse that has all 4 legs.
Może na 3 też da radę, co? O, drzwi do szopy.
It appears to be a fascinating sliding contraption in which several large pieces of wood float through midair, thanks to a pair of metallic grooves.
Couldn't you just say it was a door?
Mona to poetka.
I think maybe I should just open it instead.
Dobra, otwieramy.
Hello? Is anybody in there? Nope. No one in there. It must be safe to open.
Apparently, you have never heard of the stable shed slasher massacre of 1865.
No. But I'm sure I'm going to hear about it in a second.
Well, not if you're gonna have that attitude. Forget it. Go ahead and open it up yourself. I dare you.
I want to take a peek in here. Just as I thought. A storage shed.
Koc podsiodłowy.
It looks like a very thick wool saddle blanket, colorfully embroidered with beautiful spatulas. I bet that really keeps the horses warm.
O, przyda nam się. Zabieramy.
That saddle blanket could be useful, but I don't want to carry it around, so I'll keep it in mind.
Dobra, to koc dla konika już mamy. Siodło?
It's a broken old saddle. It's all dusty and cracked as if it's been through the desert.
I bet on a horse with no name.
Zabieramy?
I don't want to pick that up.
No wiesz co? A na czym będziesz? Będziesz jechała na oklep? Serio? Dobra, wychodzimy stąd, chyba nic więcej tam nie znajdę. I idziemy do miasta! Idziemy do miasta! Wow, jak tu ładnie. Co mamy tutaj? Jakiś plakat.
It's a poster for some missing or lost boys. Apparently, they all used to work for the Vlad's Landing Picayune.
Based on what I saw in Shroudy's torture chamber pit, I don't think they're coming back.
O, takie smutne. No tak, na pewno baronowo albo Szprytek ich załatwili. Okno sklepu z sukniami.
It's a window looking into the dress shop. There's some lady racing around like crazy.
Yeah, she looks pretty busy for someone whose shop is supposed to be closed.
There's all kinds of things in there. Some fancy-looking dresses, several bolts of cloth, and a fat guy who looks really unhappy.
Maybe his corset is riding up on him and he stopped by to have it adjusted.
Tak, na pewno. O, kolejny krzyż.
It's a cross. I can barely stand to look at it. It hurts me.
You're not going to be able to get near that door until we find some way to deal with that cross. Maybe you should look in that Vampire for Dummkopf book that Madame Strigoi gave you.
No może.
It's a sign for the dress shop.
Actually, Mona, it's a dress shoppy.
That is stupidity.
Shopi, stupidi. Drzwi do sklepu.
It's the door to the dress shop. For some reason, I can't get close to it.
It's the cross hanging above the door. Just like at the boathouse, the cross is keeping you away. You don't happen to have another animated golem body tucked away in that dress of yours, do you? Preferably one that's about 10 meters tall?
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have to find another way to deal with that cross. Maybe we should take a look at the Vampire for Dummkopf book that Madame Strigoi gave you.
A mogę przeczytać, co jest na tym szyldzie? Chyba nie. Dobra, podejdź tutaj, Mona. O, tu jest jakieś okienko.
It's a window. Hello there.
Come back later. I'm doing the dishes.
All right, I will. Need any help?
No, that's okay. The last stranger I let in to help with the dishes took them all, so no, thank you.
O, a Mona chciała być taka dobra. A możesz tam dolecieć?
I don't want to scare anyone in there.
No w sumie masz rację. Dobrze, kochani, myślę, że nagrywam już jakieś pół godziny, więc w tym miejscu zakończę ten odcinek. Mam nadzieję, że Wam się podobało. W tym odcinku naprawdę dosyć sporo zwiedziliśmy. Udało nam się zorganizować jedynie trumny dla Mony, więc marnie. Czeka nas zbieranie przedmiotów w następnym odcinku. No i cóż, do następnego razu. Do usłyszenia, do zobaczenia. Pa, pa!